and welcome to the back nine coverage of second round Chase Card for the 2018 Ledgestone Insurance Open presented by Discraft. I am Nate Heinold, joined by 2016 Ledgestone champion and four-time world champion Paul McBeth. That was a mouthful.
But here we go. Back nine, we got Matt Orum, Nate Sexton, Kevin Jones, and Matt Dollar. And Kevin Jones is putting up around right now. I mean, his score doesn't show too great, but 7 birdies on the front nine.
Is he going to make a par?
I hope not. I hope we continue to see the great play from Kevin Jones, and hopefully he cleans up those 2 double bogeys that he had on the front nine.
I guess you just had a round with only 1 par here recently at the Discraft Great Lakes Open.
That's true. But hole 10, 450 feet. This is a new hole. These next 2 holes are new holes for us, but I think this is a good challenging hole, and that's the trouble you can get in right there with the backhand.
He actually snuck through a little bit. A week ago, that was full of stinging nettles, and my boy Cliff cut all those down for you guys so you weren't walking in there and coming out on fire. So he'll actually have a jump putt at that.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he does from there. But that's the line you want to throw right here. If you throw the backhand, that's the line you want to hit right there. Just outside of circle 1, but
that's almost as close as you can get. You can't really park it with a backhand without taking an aggressive flex line.
Like this right here. Let's see if that holds on, but he didn't seem like he liked it.
That's just not... he got lucky to stay in bounds. Throwing that overstable disc here, I'm surprised he didn't go with something less stable.
Yeah, but he's thrown that disc on almost every hole so far,
True.
So that must be his go-to. And I'm surprised to see Nate with the backhand here, but it is 450 feet, so he might not have that in the forehand. But Destroyer just outside the circle right there.
That's a great shot, though. I mean, that's right where you want to be.
Yeah, you just want to look on this hole for birdie. Dollar just laying it up, really, not giving it too aggressive of a run. And wow, he's got an open look from here. Oh! We might have jinxed him.
We jinxed him.
49 feet from Matty O. Count it.
Boom.
Count it. Oh, the classic boom. Matty O boom. Great putt from Orum. And then Nate from just outside the circle sneaks it over.
10 and 11 are holes you want to get. This course doesn't give you a lot of opportunities to make a 2. These are holes you want to get at least 1-2 between these 2 holes.
Yeah, I would assume 11's the easiest hole in the course, but 10 probably doesn't generate too many bogeys either.
10 is the 5th easiest hole on the course, and 11 is the 2nd easiest hole behind hole 7.
Here we go, hole 11, 300 feet, really nothing in the way, but you do have the OB on the left, right, and about 25 feet long. So you do kind of have to be precise with your distance, but another hole and another green where wherever you hit, it should stick.
If this was a really fast green, you'd see a lot more shots going OB, but the discs aren't going to move a lot at all, as you just said.
Yeah, and knowing you, that was pretty close to the OB. But knowing you might have this green super short next year, just to generate some differential in scoring.
Well, I'm actually installing AstroTurf in this green next year.
Really?
No.
Wow. Well, that's a great shot from Nate. AstroTurf, I think, is actually stickier. So, Kevin, get up.
He got a little bit of a skip off that tall grass. As the days have gone on for this tournament, we have seen the course play a little faster, actually, in the grass.
Here we go. Look at that shot.
Would you even call that a thumber? That was a thumber, I guess?
Technically.
Kind of.
By the way he holds it, I guess technically it's a thumber. Again.
Kevin he is banging these putts.
Yeah, and they're from all over. They're not just like little in the circle putts. He's made like 4 or 5 jumpers now.
And what I like about his putt is it's so confident. It is a line drive right at the basket. Yep. It's hard and firm. And these baskets are catching everything. Mm-hmm. That's a good putt. These are great baskets. You can putt hard and putt confidently.
Yep. And then Dollar with a great putt, Matteo with his birdie, and Nate with the star frame. How many birdies were on this hole? Do you know?
54% of the field birdie that last hole.
Nice. And here we go. The water tower hole. Is this your signature hole? Would you call it your signature hole?
A lot of people talk about it, especially from out west, when they say they don't have water towers out west.
That's true, we don't. Very rare. We do, but you don't see them. But this is hole 12, 354 feet, slightly uphill, and there is Mr. Heinold himself.
Once again, I'm not sure how I'm there and here at the same time.
But this is an island green, and that looks like a great shot. But here we go. We might be able to see some water tower action. And that's what it does. That is what the water tower does.
And you know, but I would say you want to get around the tower. That's not a great shot though.
Maybe next year they can paint it like a redwood or something. And kind of just make it look like a tree. But that's a great shot from Nate. That could go in.
Dude, this is, oh, wow. Incredible shot. You just hear Nate saying, gotta be close.
Yeah, that's a great drive from Nate. And Kevin, probably throwing a similar line.
That was effortless.
Yeah, but that might be why he didn't have the distance on it. And you probably see that off the water tower about 70% of the time.
And you can just hear Kevin say, throw the disc, dude. He didn't quite.
What a crush by Dollar.
I'm actually surprised to see Matt lay it up with that flex line. He could definitely get it there.
Oh, yeah. But he did that in the first round. Oh, he laid it up in the first round, and he just says, putter, 250, 250.
There's nothing wrong with that on this hole.
Actually, he only needs 200. But nice. But, I mean, this is another hole where 3's probably gaining strokes on most of the field.
24% of the field did birdie it. It was actually only the 8th most difficult hole, but 35% of the field bogey or worse. So there's a lot of scoring separation here. I did see a few drives, namely yours, skip under the basket out of bounds long. So if you get that disc on the angle as it's gotten drier, you're going to see some skips long OB.
Yep, that's a great birdie by Nate. Yeah, I was surprised to see mine was OB long yesterday. But you can see like all the traffic and that grass is almost gone right there. It's flattened. It's skippy now. Even the upshots are getting skips, from the drop zone. So it's gonna be interesting to see what goes on in the next 2 days.
And part of the reason as well for that is that near the foundation of the tower, you have more gravel and concrete. You're not going to see as much grass growth there. And
no.
Matt just off the left side didn't quite give it enough.
That's the second short putt we've seen him miss today. And Kevin snuck that one in.
Kevin only has one par still.
Yeah, that wasn't as much confidence as we've seen out of his putts earlier. So let's see. That'll be interesting to see what happens the rest of the round. And just a frustrated putt right there. Double bogey. And Orum's got one of those rounds going as well. I mean, he fought so hard to get back under par, and now he's back over par with the double bogey. But here we go. Hole 13. 1,170 feet. This is the most difficult hole. I might have said on the front 9, I think it was 6 or something like that. But I forgot about this change. They don't even show the change. Or is that it right there?
That was the basket.
That was the basket. Okay, this is the most difficult hole. How many birdies?
I'm going to guess 4.
4. Yeah.
There were 3.
3, yeah. There were 3 before I got there.
Were there still 3 after you got there?
Yep.
Okay.
Apparently.
This hole is 0.2 of a mile, Paul.
Yeah. It's a fun hole, though. I like it, but I wish I had another day or 2 to figure out how to play it.
Sure.
But that's how you play it to the other spot. You just put it in that spot and then just kind of hides around to the peninsula. I think the second shot is the key here if you want to look at birdie.
The other option for the tee is get as far right as you can and then go huge hyzer around the tree as far left and then try to have a 350 shot to the basket.
Yep. I think that's the best play right there. Just leave it out over the water with the overstable disc and try to get it as far right of that tree right there as possible.
He's done a great line to do what I just said, to get it hyzer up in the air, get it far left, see what you can do for the third shot.
Yeah, and I think I heard Nate talking about he attacks this forehand because he gets that left side fairway all the way to the basket. So that's really where you want to be. I think that's where Kevin's going to try to go. Oh, no.
He got very lucky not to be in the water there, Paul.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. But what I was going to say is the second shot is you want to throw it up like that and get as far left as possible. If you want to be aggressive and try to get the birdie. If not, you just play it to the other pin and pitch up from about 170, 160 feet and take the par.
The reason for this change is we wanted to give the left fairway some options, some play, to just kind of mix it up. And, you know, we don't want just a bunch of hyzers thrown in this hole. So there is some strategy here. It probably is a little bit too hard. We'll see how players play it during this third round.
Yep, and just a tomahawk or thumber by a guy that's not named Matt Dollar. Here we go. Here's the aggressive line, left side.
That was a really good forehand.
Yeah, that was a great angle. They didn't get the other side, but it'll be a surprise to us to see where he's putting from. Oh, no, not again.
And Kevin's he's biting off too much on this hole.
That stayed safe, too. Wow. That's two good breaks out of the trees. And here's Dollar going. It's got to sit down. It's got to sit down. Wow, he got the break. But you can see the flags right there on the short pin. So that's probably where he was going and trying to just put it up there and just get up and down from there for his par.
This hole reminds me of a hole at Milo MacGyver, the par 5, that really is long and 5 feels like a birdie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the distance is incredible. Simmer. He's saying simmer, but yep, I see why.
He's gotten lucky to stay in bounds on 3 different shots here,
yeah,
Paul.
I was going to say he's saying simmer, but I don't think he's far enough for the basket. That's because he was a little short right. There we go. In the circle. Less than 20 feet left for his par.
So I believe that's Nate's 4th shot there.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be putting, but no, just a little dart up shot. So that's going to be a little drop in par right there. And Matteo, probably from a similar distance, laying up to take a par.
And we'll look to maybe make some changes next year. We may open the lineup on the left side. But the main thing that we've accomplished is getting...
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Is this the moment that it actually goes OB?
What a slow roll.
Again.
Oh, my goodness, Paul. 4 times safe.
I don't even know what to say to that. I mean, he is going to take, what, a double bogey?
At least it's a 7 or an 8.
But it could have been so much worse.
It could have been a 10.
Yeah, easily. But just a great 5 from Dollar. And unfortunately, Kevin tapping in a triple bogey.
Some swirly vultures.
Just have to say thanks to Discraft again for sponsoring the event and sponsoring this coverage from Jomez. They have some awesome stuff coming out with those full foils. Check it out.
Yep. I do have to apologize that we did spoil that there were no birdies on that hole, but
oops.
There weren't many at all. But now we're on to hole 14, 805 feet. This is a fun hole. This is kind of, here's the gap, hit it off the tee, and then just unleash your second shot. And you're unleashing that shot over the water, basically the whole way. Skip a little. And here's Sexton. He's saying skip a little, but that's a great spot. Very reachable from there. But he's got to be aggressive and leave it out over that water if he wants a birdie look.
This is one of those holes where if your drive is not in position, your second shot is just a safe shot because you can't get there.
Mm-hmm. And that's a good spot right there. It's really only 20 feet further than Nate's, but it's incredible how it changes your mindset. And this is fading right, but if it has the distance, it can be safe. Oh, he
Just
touched.
kicked in bounds.
out of bounds, but he
Yeah, out of bounds. Sorry.
he did hit inbounds, which is a key right there. Kevin is just having some trouble with his shots right now.
He just said perfect, though, because he's at his 500-foot distance to probably go for the pin here.
Yeah, he is safe, so that's all. Yeah, something is just not right now with Kevin. And I did notice, with that putt on the water tower, that he kind of lost some confidence, and you could see it when he after his drive. So let's see if he can pick it back up here soon. Sexton playing it a little aggressive. Yeah, it seemed like he was kind of not throwing as hard as he could to get there, but he's got to look.
And you don't want to go in the water. If you go in the water there, you're rethrowing. He's just playing for a outside the circle opportunity there.
Yep, and here's Dollar. Telling it to go. That had the distance.
That's a great shot. This hole played 4.36. 16% of the field did get the birdie on this hole.
Wow, he's really leaving that out over the water, trusting that disc to get up this hill. And he is getting the exact opposite luck of Kevin Jones.
He will get to move up and take it right there from those rocks at least. But that's Kevin got 4 shots on third team. Matt's over 2 on this hole.
Yep. And Nate just not aggressive on his putt, but he should have a little drop in for par, and Matteo to save bogey from here. Great putt. He's made some good putts. He has made some good putts. He's missed some short ones, but he's definitely made up for that from just about outside the circle or circle's edge range.
Saving, oh no. A little bit left and high. I was going to say for Matt, saving bogey going out of bounds twice is actually incredible.
That is. And Kevin saving a par.
Second par of the day, I believe, for Kevin, right?
Yeah. And again, it's just, his putt's just not looking clean. His shots just aren't coming out clean. And Nate just tapping in a par.
It's late in the day. You wait around all day, and then you play a 4-hour round. That has to be tough for the top players, Paul.
It is, and they say it all the time. It's the tale of 2 nines. And that's kind of what we're seeing from Kevin. The front, I guess it was the first 11 holes. He was just shredding, and now he just can't seem to know where his disc is going. It's coming out all different directions. But we got hole 15 here, 315 feet, and this one plays more like 375. 360 to 375. So with the mandatory, you really only have 1 line to go, but I expect to see some forehands and possibly a turnover and a thumber.
If Matt Dollar puts a thumber into the circle, I will buy him lunch.
All right, here we go. Let's see it. But we got a FollowFlight here with Sexton with the forehand. Such a clean line.
That was pretty.
Yep, right there about just inside 20 feet for a birdie look. And here it is, for lunch. I hope he gets this. Oh.
It looks like I'm safe.
Yeah, he didn't have the distance, but should be a pretty easy up and down from there for Dollar. Then here's the turnover from Kevin. Oh no. That's got to get right.
It's flipping though, but oh jeez.
Oh boy, that's a tough OB because he doesn't even have really a look for par save from there.
Kevin is sponsored by Pro Discus. I believe they have the ability to throw other discs though, so I think he throws some Discraft and some Innova, I believe. That was a great. You don't see a disc go long here very often.
No, especially an ace run on this elevated basket and still in the circle. But just a pitch up for Kevin there. Oh, he's running this. Wow.
I would have bought him lunch if he had made that too.
But good upshot for Dollar. And here's Matteo for birdie. Great putt.
I don't think Matt has a lot of pars this round either. He's made a ton of good putts. He's had some great birdies this round, just a couple tough holes.
It's crazy. Like, the other 3 players are playing pretty good. Matt, if he could just erase that first hole, they would all be well under par. But I feel like we're just talking about Kevin with the roller coaster that he's been on.
And we look, and Nate Sexton is 11 under par.
That's how he goes. That's how he does. You know, he doesn't try to be flashy. He doesn't try to wow the crowd. He just gets birdies. But here we go, hole 16, 606 feet. This might be the shortest par 4 I think we play, but it can definitely put some strokes on the board.
32% of the field did get the birdie here, 45% par, 24% bogey and over. We'll probably see a forehand, a thumber, maybe a roller, maybe a sider. Maybe we'll see it all, Paul.
That's true. We can't see all 4 here, and it's funny because all 4 will be down the middle of this fairway. Like you said, it's probably good, but not great being right behind that tree.
He got it a little high, but he probably has a flex forehand from there.
There we go. There's the turnover. Oh, no. Get down.
That is, I would say he is going to be in the jungle there, Paul.
Yeah, that'll be pretty tough. So we got the forehand. We got the turnover, and we got the roller. But I don't think Kevin Jones is going to throw a thumber here.
That's a great roller. Oh my goodness, Paul. That grass is so hard. I can't believe that rolled out so much.
Yeah. But he's got the distance there, so he should be able to, stand out of that bush and get the distance, get to the basket. And oh no, I think he might have slipped a little bit there, but even if he got past that tree, I don't know if it would have been any better.
So basically, overnight, we actually grinded some of these tee pads to get them more grippy. So they will actually be several holes that have some better footing on the tee pads.
That was Matteo. Really just kind of pitch out. I don't know if he was really attacking the basket from there.
I'm not sure he could have. He was deep in that.
And then here's Nate with that flex forehand you were calling. That looks good. Just sit right there. Ooh. But he's in the circle.
And that's where you want to putt from. You always want to putt so you're not rolling away from the basket.
Yep, that's true. And here's Kevin. Tomahawk, close. We did see a tomahawk from Kevin. Just outside the circle, but that's in the range. He's been making a lot of putts from there today, so I expect a good run from him. There it is. Look at the dollar. Oh.
Just slides down. He's got a putt at it for, I believe, par, right? Or is that for birdie?
That is for birdie. He threw that shot the first round,
yeah.
And he landed it a little bit flatter, and it got on the top end like that and just rolled into the circle.
Oh, and that's just been his luck today. Matteo threw a pretty good shot and just rolls out of bounds long.
Yeah, I don't even know if he saw that roll out of bounds. Great putt from Dollar.
Wow.
That's a great birdie.
Could we say that was money?
Oh, gosh. I'm not even going to tell people how hard you're laughing right now. Matteo.
Oh, jeez.
Almost made it off the branch.
He deserved that one, Paul.
He did. He deserves a few more, too. Kevin just off the band. And Nate, this is a birdie look as well. Great birdie from Sexton. And look, just like that, he's 5 under on the round, 12 under overall.
Nate is quietly getting up to the top of the leaderboard here, Paul.
Yeah, and after the front nine, that's what was leading the tournament. So he's, depending on what the lead group's doing, he could be right up there.
And hole 17 favors his forehand. It's a good forehand line to put it out towards that tree and back in.
Yep, and like you mentioned, we're on hole 17, 285 feet. A very small island, but a very gettable hole. And
40s. Go ahead.
What was it the first round? Was that a car? I see a car in the background. What was up with that?
Yeah, if we had an ace on that hole during the first round, you won a car.
And nobody aced.
Trevor Harble hit chains, but nobody did ace. This hole, 46% of the field birdied this hole during this round.
And Nate sneaking it in there just inside the circle. That's another birdie look for him.
And you can see the back of the screen, that grass is long, so it helps the disc stick there.
Yeah, and you widen this
Oh.
Snuck it right over. And you widen this tee, and I think that really opened up the hyzer that like Dollar threw for a lot of players.
And the reason we did it was just because that pad got a little slick with the dust. So we wanted to give some options. And
oh no!
Wow. That luck from hole 13 just came back to kind of bite Kevin there.
Yeah, unfortunate break there. Nice shot from Matteo. And then the drop zone. Like, even though he's right there, he doesn't get a move up. He has to throw from the drop zone, and you've made it easier. Oh, that was a great run.
I thought that was going in, Paul.
Oh, Nate. Unfortunate miss putt in the circle.
And that's one you want to make. If you get it on the green here and you don't make the birdie, you kind of feel like you left one out there, Paul.
Yeah, you probably don't see many threes on this hole, but we've just seen two. Because once you're on that green, you're pretty much inside the circle.
A lot of people say this reminds them of hole 17 USDGC. The difference is there is a drop zone here.
Yeah, and it's backwards.
Yes.
You know, USDGC, you're throwing over land the whole way with water behind it. This one, you're throwing water the whole way and then land behind it. So, surprised I don't see the mistakes long here more often than not.
We got lots of juniors here that like to go in the water and get the discs out for the pros. So
yeah, luckily it is a little boat launching ramp. I guess it's kayaks or something. But,
it's shallow as well there.
Yeah, you'll see kids in there all the time just walking around.
My father-in-law actually went in there yesterday to grab someone's discs as well. So
here we go, the final hole, hole 18, 711 feet. This is a little tricky one, but you can see actually with their drone that it's basically, you can see the way everyone's throwing by the way that the grass is kind of dying for everyone walking down it, but just right down the middle, get as much distance as you can. The roller is pretty common here. I expect to see a few of them from this group. And the key is to get it on that cut, just like that. Get it around this corner where it can kind of stand up. But that's got to stop. I can get to the water. Oh no.
That's just a bad break for him.
That is. But the only good part of that is being on that edge right there is you got a forehand to the basket, and it's pretty easy.
And it looks like he was actually inside 250 feet.
Yep.
And that's okay there for Nate. He's got a shot to get down to the basket. This hole played is the 5th most difficult hole in the course. 4.4 average, about 1/6 of the field birdied this hole.
Yeah, and the only trouble really with the roller is rolling at OB either right or left, and this is tracking to the right OB.
There's a curve. Oh, jeez.
Ricky kicked that back in real quick. Is it gonna come back? No. But with the way that this fairway is just breaking in, that these rollers have so much speed that there's nothing to stop them. And that's an
incredible air shot. That is such a low ceiling. You can't quite tell on camera, but that's really hard to get there with an air shot.
Yeah, that's a great drive from Kevin. Just gotta get off that tree. That's gotta sit.
There's some tall grass there, but he didn't hit it.
Wow. We're seeing a lot of rolls on this fairway. It is slanted a little bit, but I feel like it's not that much where these discs should be rolling OB like that.
I would say that was a good tree hit for Kevin. His disc was going to go out of bounds.
Yep. And Matteo does not get a very favorable spot right here.
Stay in bounds. Oh. Wow. He's having some tough breaks here, Paul.
Yeah, a lot of OBs this round. It'll be interesting to see if we can figure out how many he had, but more than any player would like. And Dollar left that a little short. I'm surprised. But he still has a look to save his par. Gave it a little run, but it still has a little tester to come back.
This is Sexton for par.
Oh. Unfortunate break to roll OB and take a bogey on the last hole, but sitting 11 under, should be a good score.
Kevin putted amazing this round, Paul. If he had a few more drives and shots and bounds, he would have shredded it. But fun to watch him play still.
Yeah. Unfortunate round
Yeah.
how it finished, but a lot of birdies at the beginning, and just too many bogeys, too many big numbers. And a bogey for $1.
Still, he shot 2 under. That is a good score, Paul.
Yeah. I mean, sitting 8 under for the tournament. We'll find out here in a second where that puts him, but good round from $1 and good round from Sexton. And hopefully Matteo and Kevin Jones can pick it up in rounds 3 and 4. Here we go.
Very colorful scorecards, Paul.
Yeah, I don't think I ever want to see orange again. But here we go. Here's the leaderboard. AJ, what he wants to be called, Risley. 18 under. I think it's a little superstitious here, but great 10 under round from him, and he's in the lead. And we got Nate Sexton up there on that leaderboard as well. So I look forward to seeing what rounds 3 and 4 have in store.
Thanks, Paul.